Courtney.
Hi, George. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for stopping in and ahead of the course. Tell me a little bit, you've done this a couple times. Who should attend this workshop? It seems like if you want to be an author illustrator, but talk a little bit more about the types of students you would expect to sign up for this course.
Sure. Well, it's interesting because we can have a range of students. We can have people who have been illustrators before but never written and want to write their own story. We can have writers who have an artistic talent and so they want to see what's on the other side. And then we can have artists who have an idea of a story they want to write, or they even just want to see what it would be like to create a picture book.
How does the structure work? I'm especially curious, like from an illustrator's perspective, they might say, how do you do an online course? Talk a little bit about how that works.
Well, I worked with Allison to create this really interesting course. So we have it broken up into a lot of different facets. We have live Zoom meetings, which are lots of fun. We have a very active online discussion group. We have lots of pre-recorded videos, and it's very easy to share our art now that we're in such a digital age. So I actually haven't found any limitations in it, and it's an 8-week course. And so we kind of just go through it step by step. So I think it really gives people time to produce something they're really proud of.
I see, I'm looking at the listing here. You start with just sketching and getting started, and take them through how to turn an idea, how to create a picture book. And then you do get to making a dummy?
We do, yes. At the end of the course, they will have an actual dummy that is ready for submission to agents or editors. So what that means is they'll have the entire story completely drawn out and illustrated. And then they will also have 2 color pieces. So it's exactly what editors and agents look for when they're looking for dummy submissions.
Oh, fantastic. Well, you've done this course 2 or 3 times. Tell me, like, what is it that the students learn? Like, what are you seeing in your students from the courses?
Well, it's really amazing because we have students from so many different levels. Like last time we had a couple of students who had already illustrated books for other people, and they really just wanted to work on fleshing out their own story. So that was really neat to see. And then we have people coming in who they already have a story and they just want to know how to make it into a dummy that is submissible. So it's just a huge range. I love seeing the students, I love seeing their progress as we go from just this little glimmer of an idea into this, really cool book.
And I think for this course, it's a pretty small class, usually like less than 20 students.
Yep, that's right. We usually have between 17 and 20 students. So you really get to know each other. And also the community building is really great. I know that in both sessions that I've taught, people have formed their own critique groups to keep in touch after class. And I often get emails from students just to check in or ask questions. And I really love it. I love seeing their work after they're done on social media. And I can't wait to celebrate with them, when they make these accomplishments that I know they're going to do.
And tell me a little bit, like, why did you create this course in the first place?
That's funny. Well, this course was actually taught to students at first. I used to do a summer camp, in the before times where I would have about, it would depend, but usually 10 to 20 elementary to middle school students, and we would write a picture book. However, we did it in 1 week. They would do all of the illustrations, all of the writing. It would be from like 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then I was talking to Allison one day, and she asked, I was like, oh, I love highlights. I love teaching there on campus. We were talking about online content. And I said, oh, well, I used to do this class for kids. And she's like, that sounds great. Send me an outline. And so I did. And it works even better for adults. Who knew?
Well, and that's, I think, part of, with our mission to positively impact children by amplifying the voices of storytellers. We see how that interaction with what you do with children and what you do with storytellers can have those parallels. And let's talk a little bit about your special guests. I think you have a couple coming in throughout your course.
We do. We have Kelly Light and Aram Kim, who are both incredibly talented author illustrators in their own right. And Aram is also a art director at Macmillan. So that is so cool. I love hearing her perspective on things, because she has it from all sides. So they're both incredibly talented ladies. And so I think you get a lot of information coming from different people that really helps to make the class even more valuable.
Is there anything else you think somebody who is considering this course needs to know when they're making the decision to sign up for it?
Well, I would like to say that myself, as having 3 children at home during the day, plus trying to illustrate, plus teaching, it is a course that is great for people who have jobs, people who have kids at home, because we have the live Zoom calls at night. So you can, even though we have a curriculum week by week, you can really tailor it to fit, you know, what time you have in your schedule for your creative pursuits.
And talk a little bit about the feedback piece. I feel like Allison said this course is really like a student gets a lot of individualized feedback.
Oh yes, every step of the way. We start with a character sketch, and so we start just getting to know each other. Then everyone in the class, it's a very happy, supportive place. We try to make it like a very kind and giving place. We don't have negativity. We can do criticism, but we do it the right way. You know, we want to help each other grow. We really want to help each other do the best work. So every step of the way, you will receive feedback from myself, sometimes from Kelly and Aram, and always from your other students too. So it's actually really wonderful. I wish I had had this course when I was starting out.
Well, I'm looking forward to this course starting soon. It is an 8-week class. There are live sessions once a week in the evenings. There's pre-recorded content that Courtney uploads into the classroom. The online discussion boards help stimulate conversation and build community. And there's lots of personal one-to-one feedback that really helps you as an individual make progress on your picture book project. Courtney, thank you for joining. I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you so much, George.